experiment with a catalyst. A catalyst is any of these chemicals here which will speed up a reaction. What reaction are we going to speed up? We're going to speed up the reaction of hydrogen peroxide here turning into hydrogen and oxygen. So I'm going to show you the experiment. We're going to collect some results and then you're going to write up the method and interpret the results yourself. So I have got here 5 test tubes in a test tube rack because I've got 5 different catalysts. I've got a measuring cylinder and I've got a pipette. I'm going to take 5 centimetre cubed of the hydrogen peroxide and measure it out into my measuring cylinder. Using the pipette because the hydrogen peroxide is quite corrosive, so I do not want that on my skin. I would have to rinse my hands and wash them if it did come into contact, and I'm wearing goggles to protect my eyes. I'm using the measuring cylinder, so we've got exactly the same volume, not an amount, the same volume of the hydrogen peroxide each time. Okay, I'm just going to pause the video and I'm going to do those measurements for you so you don't have to watch me measuring those out every single time. Okay, welcome back. I've now set up my 5 test tubes full of 5 centimetre cubed of hydrogen peroxide. I'm going to take my first catalyst and use 1 spatula. The first particular catalyst that we're going to use is aluminium oxide. So I'm going to ask my lovely camera person to come a little bit closer and we want to see what's happening when we add aluminium oxide to our hydrogen peroxide. Okay, can we see that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that was aluminium oxide. The next catalyst we're going to use is iron oxide. Okay. The next catalyst we're going to use is manganese dioxide. Okay. This is manganese dioxide. Okay. And the next catalyst we're going to use is copper oxide. And the last catalyst we're going to use is zinc oxide. Okay, so what would I like you to do with this information? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to write a results table of our experiment. So you're going to need a table that looks a little bit like this. We want to write results table, the name of the catalyst, and then the observation. I'll fill in the different types of catalyst we've used. So the first one we used was aluminium oxide. And then you might want to go back and watch the video and write your observation of what you could see happening there. The second catalyst we used was iron oxide. And again, once you've got that, go back, watch the video, write your observation in. Third catalyst we've used was manganese dioxide. The fourth catalyst we've used was copper oxide. And the last catalyst we've used is zinc oxide. And once you've drawn your table and you've written down all of the catalysts in the table, go back to the video, rewind, and put your observations in the observation column next to each catalyst. And then come back to us. Hi Year 11, welcome back. The next thing I would like you to do is write the method for the experiment that we have just carried out. So I'm going to show you some of the keywords and the spellings that you might want to use. So here we have got a test tube rack and test tubes. This is a spatula. You've got the spellings for the different catalysts in the actual videos. And on the table, this is how you spell catalyst. The chemical that we used is hydrogen peroxide, if you'd like to do a close-up of the spelling for hydrogen peroxide. And then if we look at the little chemical symbol as well, that's a symbol which means it's an irritant or harmful on your skin. This is a pipette, which you spell like this. And the last piece of equipment we used was a measuring cylinder. So the very first thing when you're writing a method is you may want to write a list of the apparatus. So on your on your work, if you do a little side heading which says apparatus, which just means the equipment, and you want to write a list of the apparatus that we've used. When you've done that, do another side heading which says method. And for this, you want a step-by-step guide on what you would actually do. Now, to help you do this, you might want to rewind the video and you might want to have a look at what each step was. And then once you've done that, come back to us. Hello, welcome back. The last thing I would like you to do is write a conclusion for this experiment. So, for a conclusion, the things that we want to include are which of these catalysts speeded up the reaction the most, and how do we know that from our observations? So if you just can have a look here, this is what it's going to look like in your book. Okay, thank you for watching, well done, and look forward to seeing your work handed in on Google Classroom.